And we are here. The phenomenal Star Wars trailer has dropped, so you guys are looking for one of our epic length breakdowns. Like, this is going to be an Evan Stone sized breakdown right now.
You thought it was
got
just you thought it was just a couple minutes and didn't deserve the hour we're probably going to devote to it. But guess what? It does.
Was it a couple minutes?
Fuck,
It felt
yeah.
like a lifetime. Like just watching
Oh,
it.
it wasn't a
like
couple of minutes. I watched it like 20 times. It wasn't a
Yeah.
couple of minutes.
Yeah, it was more than a couple minutes.
I've still got it on mute, playing on a loop in the background right this second.
It's so good. There's so much to go over. So, typically where we start these is the beginning of the trailer.
No,
Oh, you mean the logo?
really?
Nah.
I know.
Logo, right?
This might be shocking, but let's get into it. The first scene we see is, of course, a reveal of a character. We, of course, in the trailer, we don't know who it is, but we know it's actually Daisy Ridley's character, who will be pretty damn important to the damn plot of the movie.
I think it's Revan, so...
Oh, I see it. Start that rumor. It's Revan.
You know what, Matt? I didn't see it, but I kind of see it. You know what else I see? A wrecked-ass Star Destroyer.
I love
It
that
looks
she's
so
exploring
fucking
it.
cool.
Yeah, the fact that she's exploring it, and then the music they had in the background. I was just like amazed by it.
It's John Williams,
Incredible.
but he's really...
He stepped up his game.
Yeah, he stepped it up from the prequel so much, it's insane just to hear his music, rolling through in this.
Yeah.
We get a better look at Jakku, which, lots of sand, which, it's kind of a thing for Star Wars. If you're a hero in the Star Wars series, you got to come from a desert planet, it seems like.
Gets all over the place, this sand, so...
Oh, it gets everywhere.
Now, of course, this is we know Jakku is going to be a very important planet. Early on, everybody speculated this could have possibly been Tatooine, which obviously wasn't. Which is going to bring us to the big question at hand here: why is she on this planet pretty much all alone? And is she going to be playing, obviously the daughter of one of the main heroes at some point?
I mean, she's not alone technically. She's got BB-8. Like,
Plus, you see that shot when I assume it's the Star Destroyer taking off again. I mean, there's things moving in the background. I don't think she's alone.
I don't think it's a Star Destroyer. I think it's just like a ship.
Oh,
And it's meant to signify like she wants to leave the planet. Kind of like
triangular,
I
assume.
Tatooine in,
I think it's just a scavenger ship, because honestly, I think they're still just scavenging this planet, obviously, for stuff that's happening.
I wondered if someone had reactivated it or something. That would be pretty cool to see a half-wrecked Star Destroyer taking off again.
Right.
And all the sand pouring out the bottom of it. Fucking hell.
I just really want to know if I'm pretty sure they'll do it, but the origin of like how she got the staff, because it seems like the staff is gonna be super important. It's in the posters. Every time you see her in the trailer, she has it with her.
Right.
The staff is super important. So I don't know.
It's not quite a sand person staff, but it's very reminiscent of one.
Yeah.
Not a gaffy stick, yeah.
No. See, I knew Matt would know the technical term for it, so I wasn't even going to
I don't
try.
know
I'm like,
technical-
Matt's got this.
So, obviously, the next scene, we've seen this one before, but I guess we can talk about it. The First Order, we know that's Kylo Ren back there giving some sort of epic Nazi speech, I'm assuming,
Oh, yeah, with the black
You can hear it, and you can hear it, like, very faintly, and it sounds really Nazi-ish.
It
sounds like an old...
Wait,
Yeah,
Is it
sounds
Kylo?
Like
Go
Triumph
away
of the
sort
Will.
of thing.
is it Kylo though? I thought it was Snoke.
No, that's General Hux.
Oh, well, I mean, I see Phasma in the back.
Yeah, Phasma's at the back, obviously. But, we'll talk more about Kylo soon. Here's, obviously, John Boyega. This is probably the most important character in the movie. I think we're going to follow him for large majority of the movie by the look of it. So
I think it'll be Rey. In my opinion, I think it'll be Rey that would
it's
be
50-50,
the Luke.
I
mean, it really could be like with all three of them. You never know.
I mean, I think right here, this is obviously when he decides to, kind of ditch the Empire, ditch his post and get
that's what
run.
That's what I got from this trailer was that because a lot of people were speculating, what if he's a guy who just wanted to impersonate and go undercover with the Empire, but what if he's just a guy who was a stormtrooper and then he decides this isn't the life for me anymore?
That would kind of be brilliant, because what do we Star Wars fans know about, troopers from like all across the canon? That is that they're expendable.
They can't shoot.
That they suck, that they're expendable, that they're the worst. Imagine the balls on J.J. Abrams to be like, you know what? The hero of new Star Wars is a stormtrooper.
My God.
Yeah, that'd be pretty. I mean, that's the way they showed it in the
He's
trailer
trying
to me.
something different.
Yeah. Yeah, so I like this. Obviously, we speak about stormtroopers. We got a good look at the new TIE fighter, which has white on it. Which honestly, to me, it's so much more pleasing to the eyes with like the aesthetics and everything on it. I love the new TIE fighters.
It looks like a model as well when it was sort of floating back. It looks like. I mean, they said that with the Falcon, they've got a new technique for shooting miniatures.
Right.
This totally looks like a miniature in a really good way because it looks genuine. It looks like it's actually a physical thing.
Yeah.
Unlike Lucas's CG where it all looked like a video game.
Now, obviously, underneath him, we're thinking, it's Jakku that it's going to crash on, and we see him holding his jacket. Now, I had this theory: what if to be part of the First Order, you know how they said he has no memory? What if they implant you with something to wipe your memory if you choose to disobey?
How very Empire. We know they've tried that sort of stuff before.
You gotta honestly think. I mean, they're doing it for the good because they don't want you quitting your post, right?
Well,
they want you to have a stable job.
Exactly. So
Armin again with his pro-Empire, pro-Order propaganda.
I'm just saying, if you're going to be operating a mass relay that could be potentially used to, I don't know, maybe wipe out a system to cause the gravitational pull on another one to be good. Maybe you don't want to leave your post. So
what you're saying though is that like when he leaves the Empire, he lands on Jakku knowing nothing. He just probably knows his name, or he probably doesn't even know his name.
He doesn't know that because the reason he's called Finn is because the writing on his suit. So like
it's like FN-17.
Yeah, that's what I remembered. I was like, wait, he doesn't even remember his name because that's how he gets it. I was like, you're right. That actually does make sense.
Maybe it's something even more sinister where he's actually a sleeper agent. He has no memory, but he's gonna infiltrate the rebels, and then they're gonna reactivate him. He's just
another Order of 66. That'd be sick.
Yeah,
that's too much of a plot twist for the movie.
Fucking hell, though, how good would it be? I mean,
but that'd be too crazy. Like I wouldn't have.
He becomes the villain for the next one. Like, awesome.
Damn, dude, that'd be pretty crazy.
I like what we're talking about here. I like this. Good guy Empire.
All speculation, but it's fun to speculate.
If you're listening, it's good guy Rebels. Good guy Rebels.
So let's jump over to the next scene where it's a shot closing in on Kylo Ren, and we see, obviously.
A lens flare.
Yeah, we see a lens flare. Thank you, Abrams. This was needed.
It had to be one. It had to be one.
You didn't think you were getting away without them, did ya?
So this is the first time we hear Kylo talk, and his voice is absolutely awesome. I love it.
It's great.
Yeah.
First time too, we see him without the hood on, and it's interesting when we actually get to see him without the hood on. We get to see, you're not like Vader, who is wearing a medical device. You are literally a dude in a costume.
And he is obsessed with Vader.
He's a Vader fanboy.
Yeah, he literally has the helmet. He has like...
Yeah,
he has all the collectibles. He's obsessed with the old Star Wars. Kylo Ren is basically a Star Wars fanboy.
Dude, he got the trading cards.
If you listen in that one scene as well, there is very subtly in the background, you can hear Darth Vader's breathing noise. Yeah. I was listening with headphones, and I had to play it back multiple times just to check, but...
Now, I know, me and Matt have read the books, and, there's more books coming out. Now, in the new books, there is a order of people, they're not named, who are obsessed with getting ancient relics from the ancient world, and they're obsessed with finding specifically Vader artifacts. Now, clearly, he's got his hands on Vader's burnt body, which was on the forest moon of Endor, so...
Yeah, at least the head.
Yeah, so...
he went and just, took the head.
I don't need nothing else. Give me the fucking head.
Body burnt away and just...
is it weird if I just take this body? I'll just take the head.
Well, the head will appreciate.
The
head will appreciate.
So, what do you guys think? Do you think he has, I know it was rumored that we're going to be getting the actual Knights of Ren in this, they're an order of people that are obsessed. So do you think he's just...
Well, we'll talk about them later.
I think you see them anyways.
Exactly. So,
but
I wonder if he set up the Knights of Ren, since it seems that he's pretty important to it. And he's the one vowing to finish what he started. And all
maybe
this
he's
stuff,
the chosen one for now, and maybe they're trying to ditch the rule of two, I mean...
No, well, what you're saying, though, because, Luke... was a chosen one in the original, and then now this time around it's the chosen one, but for the Empire. And then
they're kind of appropriating that and moving it around. An interesting thing is that what we look to see here is he's looks to be trying to use the Force on this guy, but they quickly cut away.
This guy, that's fucking Poe Dameron, man.
I was confused too. I was like, is that
Poe? It's crazy. You could see the
he's interrogating him. He's interrogating.
You can see the
I think the whole thing is he gets captured on Jakku. and they take him up to like that big Star Destroyer and they torture him, and then him and Finn escape and crash back on Jakku.
Why does he gotta...
He's torturing him so strongly that he's even got Lisa's neck lump from the room.
You know what I was gonna say, because we haven't actually seen him use the Force in any of the trailers, or even in this one they kind of cut away. I wonder, with the fact that he's wearing a costume, the fact that his lightsaber looks so jury-rigged and unlike anything else, wouldn't it be an interesting curveball if we found out, oh, Kylo Ren's actually a fake? He's not Force sensitive at all.
That would be badass, like a false god type.
And I think that also adds to the reason, because he's a fan and he's getting all these ancient relics, because I think he deeply wants to be with the Force. He wants to be a Sith, but he's not, and that's why he's going out to get all these ancient relics to see if one of them...
Yeah, he's a kid playing dress up.
Yeah, basically.
He can catch it.
Oh my god, he's LARPing. What the fuck?
Next level LARPing.
See, Kylo Ren is basically us. Like,
this is true. So let's jump over to the next scene, which this starts the section of the trailer I'm going to call the density section. It gets real. I mean, there's so many things going on. Every frame is just full of things happening. So, god damn it, McCullen. Anyway, pretty great shot.
I think his statement's actually true of this trailer in the best way possible.
Well, what do you guys think of this? Because this is just a gorgeous shot of the Falcon being chased.
This is going to look amazing in IMAX 3D.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I feel like everything's going to come, good here. But what I like is, obviously, they set up the exterior of the Falcon, and then we cut to the inside, and we got Finn and Rey, and, well, Han Solo was telling them, now, this is interesting. The events of the Jedi Order, all that existed before and everything, that's not a myth. That all happened. So, what is going on here? Like, is this literally, going to be the first uprising of the Jedi in a long time? Like, they've just been dormant the entire time? So,
yes.
Well, if you've been reading, like, all the comics and, like, books and stuff, the Empire are, like, after, like, Return of the Jedi, they're, like, in panic mode, and they're, like, doing their best to, like, silence everyone talking about, like, Luke or, like, the rebels or anything. So it's probably gotten to the point where they've just become legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the interesting part to me, because it's just now they're being put into this kind of new reality that everything you thought wasn't real, everything you thought was just a story that was told in a campfire, it's all real, and you're in it now. And it's just
it's like you're part of this now, and guess what? They're chasing us because this is the legendary Falcon you heard about the Death Star. They're like, wait, this is the Falcon? Like, yeah, so it's like...
They're fans too.
So what I love about this is this is almost like an introduction for new kids that are going to watch this.
Oh, totally.
Be like, no, guys, this is, you don't understand. It's almost like a passing of the torch type of thing. It's so good.
It's a super clever way as well to make us identify with the characters, because basically the Jedi sounds like they've become mythology in the way that Star Wars has become a modern mythology to us.
Yes.
So we're going to identify with these guys so closely, it's going to be...
I mean,
proper use of mythology in this.
Oh, because it is like
history.
They're myths because nobody knew if they were real or not. And the thing is, like I was saying, and Tom kind of like hint on that point that Kylo and these two, Rey and Finn, they're all fans of what happened in the past. Everybody loves the stories. Like that's the common theme. Like they're all fans.
Like on Coruscant, just a Coruscant, they're probably talking about what happened back in the day. But these Outer Rim and these poor places, they've kind of to them, the Empire is obviously going to be like, no, that never happened. What the hell are you talking about? You don't know nothing. Like we never died. What?
You dumb desert people.
Yeah.
There's this whole sort of Nazi communism type thing as well going on with like the suppressing of information, and it's like the burning of books so you don't know the history.
Exactly.
ISIS is doing that right now. Actually, they're burning like old
most evil organizations do that.
True, that is true. But I know recently I saw like some news about it that they in some foreign country. I just know they did it recently.
Let's go on and talk about the next scene, which here's Kylo Ren, and he's surrounded by a bunch of other figures. Now
the Knights of Ren.
Now this is pretty damn awesome. So like we were talking about, is he the chosen one for this job? And if he fails, it's like, hey, next in line, go try.
Well, he looks to be the only one with a lightsaber, and what we've been seeing so far with the Inquisitors and Rebels and stuff, they definitely have a main one and then a bunch of backups, because that's just good business right there.
What if this is the type of thing, because obviously we talked about how his lightsaber looks jerry-rigged. What if it's like, to be the one that's chosen, it's the one that can build a saber, and he's just the one that like got lucky. They're like, well, I guess you're gonna go die and get your head cut off or whatever. So
wouldn't it be amazing?
He's the only one that found the lightsaber crystal. Maybe when looking for those historical artifacts.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It could be the crystal from Vader's saber.
No, because Armin was saying that he gets lucky, and I was like, wait, so because I'm assuming that he doesn't build that saber, he found it, like Tom said, it's an ancient artifact, and it happens to not be so connected with the Force. Like it's kind of like a starter kit, I would assume, for people who are not
Baby's
connected
first
with
lightsaber.
it. Yeah, exactly. Because he doesn't have it. If we're thinking of that,
what if it's so crude because this is the first generation lightsaber?
Yeah, that's why. I mean, nobody knew how to use it back then. Nobody knew how to do the whole mechanics and everything.
It's also
so that's
like we're talking about. Obviously, they wiped out the EU, so they say that the Knights of Ren are going to have ties to way back during those times. What if this is some sort of ancient passed down weapon, the first Sith lightsaber that was ever constructed, and
interesting.
Yeah, he's given the right to take it from the original Knights of Ren. So,
I mean, is it the first Sith saber? Or, I wonder if it's just the first saber in general.
I'm thinking maybe it's the first Sith. When they splintered away from the Jedi Order themselves, because they're open to rewriting history as much as they freaking want. So
yeah, it really could go either way on that.
I hope they do. I mean, all the better for it if they're going to come up with a good story.
Same.
Yeah.
So let's go over to the next scene filled with density, which is this scene took my breath away. I love seeing the troopers in action, just the way the camera is panning and they're all in action, and clearly stuff's burning in the background. I mean, probably an accidental fire by the First Order. So.
And it looks like they actually made the set. It looks
they made this set. Yeah, they made this set.
Of course they did. They made all the sets.
And what I love is, you can clearly tell that they're moving around objects that they can interact with.
Isn't that nice?
There's grind to everything.
They actually know what they're doing. They've had more direction and faster and more intense.
I'm going to assume too that those are the X-wings coming off the water. That's the scene we've been seeing with them in flight, just from a different angle.
So I guess let's jump over to that. This scene we see, obviously this is the first meeting we're gonna get between Poe and Finn. Now, here's the great, interesting little bit of fact: every ship you see in the background besides the main Falcon is a cardboard cutout.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that is so amazing, and just look, it adds that extra weight, to it. It's actually there behind them. So that's
I love
so
that.
Cool.
I mean, I had a weird thing as well. I just had a moment where that shot where how Finn looks. I've forgotten the other guy's name already, but he sort of gives him this weird look. What if that guy is the one that actually shot down his ship?
Poe?
Because they were on opposite sides. Wouldn't that be?
Yeah, I think Poe and that are actually in the same TIE fighter at the same time. So.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be fun. Just he shoots him down, ends up being his best mate or something.
So, next scene over here, we're going to go. This was another breathtaking scene of X-wings in flight with the TIE fighters, and there's this sick scene where they go close to the water and splashes up. It was so goddamn visually pleasing.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
That's
the same castle from the shot before as well.
So this is clearly going to be one of the big set piece battles that's happening here. Obviously, a lot of interesting stuff that's going to happen in the movie leading up to this point. So I just can't wait to see how this looks on film. And speaking of that, we've seen this scene before. Giant explosion happening with our two heroes on Jakku and BB-8. What do you guys think? Do you think this is maybe their ship gets, destroyed by the Empire or something from the air?
Yeah.
And
you can kind of see an engine on the side. At least to me, it looked like an engine.
Yeah.
I thought it was an engine. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
and the cool thing is that's a practical explosion as well.
Yeah.
I remember seeing them shoot that.
You can totally tell. It looks beautiful.
I feel like, what were they going to do? They were going to go, I guess she was going to take him somewhere to go help out, and then this is when the Empire sees that Finn landed on Jakku, and they come to try to get him either back or kill him. I don't know which way they could go.
Yeah, you don't know what they do with the deserters.
You really don't. I mean, make them walk the plank.
It's the Empire.
Give them jobs in the mine.
It's the First Order, man. They give you your pension and you're free to go home. I mean,
they take you in your gerbs.
Right. I know how this works. So next scene, pretty damn awesome. I love the look of this droid. I don't know what it's doing, but it's sick.
It's just because it's practical.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this as well. If you look middle of the screen, right up the top where those flags are, you'll see a Mandalorian symbol.
Ooh.
It's just out of frame, but if you look at it on the
see
trailer, you'll see it.
That's
yeah.
fucking cool. Oh man, that's awesome.
This is where Han has been hiding out, or what?
What is
I think
this?
this is Maz Kanata's castle.
I'm wondering, maybe this is where Luke is hiding.
Dude, and also you got to point out, like I don't want to point it out, but where's Chewie?
Yeah,
where's Chewie, man?
Yeah, this is going to be one of the things that I guess a lot of people are probably going to be looking at this, talking about what are these, looking at these, trying to match them up with other logos we've seen before. But because we don't really have much, I guess we can go to the next scene, which clearly the Empire is evacuating people here.
No, they're evacuating.
Oh yeah.
They're giving forceful aid to these people.
Exactly.
By evacuation, handcuff them, put them in the hole.
They're bringing them some freedom.
Yeah, really.
But Captain Phasma looks badass.
So obviously we see Captain Phasma. We know it is obviously a woman under there. She's huge when it comes to acting. So
Tarth, guys.
I can't wait to see how they handle this character because, like, just the fact that this is burning down all this, and we got Captain Phasma leading the charge. I feel like this is going to be one of those great scenes with great music to accompany it, like almost like the scene where in Revenge, we see Anakin coming into the temple and the epic music plays. I feel like this could be that equivalent. It's just like silent and burning. So. Oh, it's gonna be good. Good. So, next scene. Let's jump over here. Here it is, guys. Chewie, Han, and Finn.
And Chewie's got something on his arm now as well. I'm wondering.
Chewie's been lifting. Can't you see it?
That's like one of those. It's like one of those Nazi armbands, but for the First Order.
Oh no, not Chewie!
Chewie looking good. He got buff. He hasn't aged of the day.
No, he hasn't.
So you guys think that? Obviously, I think this is the kind of fortress or whatever that they were entering in the last, scene where we're talking about. And
hopefully, because I don't want Chewie to die early.
Right. So the First Order comes here. They start burning everything down. They decide to give themselves up to save the people. So this should be pretty damn awesome just to see how this scene goes. Any other theories? Because I think that's pretty much the only one we can really come up with here.
Why they're having their hands up?
Because they're being taken captive, obviously.
Yeah, that's what the first thing that came to mind.
They're relaxing. Chewie looks like he's relaxing.
Well, I mean, Finn looks like he's like, what the heck is happening? And Han's like, not again.
Yeah,
not again.
He almost looks in disbelief, like maybe he recognizes someone that's pointing a gun at them.
It's also one of the few scenes John Boyega isn't tired and sweaty as well.
It's true.
They haven't added the sweat filter yet, so don't worry.
Like in those other scenes, like he's in the armor or he's out in the sun. Here, there's probably put like some fans out there. It's like, we got you guys, we got you.
This scene you get fans. The other scene we can't afford them. Too much other practical shit. So. Some more scenes here. We just get some shots of the new X-Wing, obviously BB-8 in there.
Starkiller base opening up.
Yes. Oh, man.
I love how much personality BB-8 has in that shot, though. Like, as it's moving along, like, the way its head sort of bit moves, it's just...
Now,
doesn't have to say anything. It's got more personality than the whole of the prequels.
Here's the fucked up part I'm, like, looking at, right? The fucking planet is opening up to be the Starkiller base?
Yeah. That's crazy.
That is some hardcore shit right there. Cause
like a whole planet. Like, you thought you were safe. Oh, we're going to go on this planet. We're safe. And no, the whole planet's a base, son.
It's a trap.
Solar system, so.
Yeah, basically.
It's totally like, how do you top a Death Star? How do you top a giant laser that's the size of a moon?
Oh, now it's the size of it's an actual planet. Yeah.
I remember this book I read in the Star Wars universe where the Empire was doing like tests on like a planet, and they actually turned the planet into a living weapon. So I wonder if it's going to be something similar to that.
I mean, if they're trying to go bigger and bigger every time, I'm assuming in one of these sequels, there's going to be like a black hole type thing that the Empire makes.
My theory
the
is
Death
that
Galaxy.
My theory is literally that Abrams is borrowing from his Star Trek, and they're tapping into the planet's core to weaponize it, kind of like the red matter.
Of course.
Because it's a simple plot device. It would make sense to be like, hey guys, we can harness the power of this fucking planet. Why not?
And it's easy enough if you say it, everyone in the audience will get it. They'll be like, oh, that sounds bad.
Yeah.
Do you think this is the last battle?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right. Because it kind of seems like, of how BB-8 is on there, and then it's the planet thing would feel like the last act type
what
thing.
I really want out of this, give us the swerve. The last 2 Death Stars were destroyed. We'll have the fucking First Order literally win this battle.
Yeah, that's the
thing. They destroy the solar system that the rebels are in. They're like, oh, fuck us. Like they're
it'd be
lost,
reversed, where in the second movie the good guys would win, or the rebels. I mean, and then the third one, and we'll see in the third movie if you want the Empire, the rebels to win.
Right.
That'd just be cool for it to be the Empire to win here. But I feel like even though they win, of course, you still have to make it seem like the rebels have hope.
Now, I just hope that Kylo Ren fucking got the blueprints for the Death Star. He's like, hey, guys, cover up that one fucking hole. That's the most vulnerable thing he got in his goddamn base.
No, you know what? Kylo Ren is such a fan. He's like, no, we must have one exhaust port exposed at all times. That way there's a sense
That's
of
how it happened, guys. It's how it happened.
Either way, it'd be pretty funny. And mostly the side that Armin was saying, because, like, he does it, and then he covers the one part that was the flaw in the first movie, and it's just like, it's kind of this realization, like, he's even better,
Right.
Like, he's up the game.
I'm so much better than you, Vader, man.
I read your book, Vader.
Like, even though he wasn't a student of Vader, he sees himself as a student, and every student has to surpass the master at some point.
He's one of those creepy dudes who reads Mein Kampf and everything. He's like basically a neo-imperial Sith Nazi.
He probably follows Wikipedia, like reading up files.
He's like, hey, maybe the Emperor was right.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
It suddenly makes sense why all the white supremacists are boycotting this movie now.
Whoa.
It makes so much more sense.
Well,
because they're the villains of the movie.
Hey guys, here's more First Order. X-Wing's flying in, gonna probably fuck that trooper up.
Dude, you can see that one trooper that's flying in the air.
No, that is awesome.
It's so hilarious.
That was probably a practical effect as well. They probably blew up some stuntmen.
It was an actual guy that just
all right, Atkins, what are you doing? We're gonna flick you in the fucking air.
Imagine what they had to tell the guy though. They're like, all right, everybody, get in line for here. You get here. All right, you, Joey, you're gonna have to jump on the trampoline and fall backwards and just hit yourself in the head.
That poor trooper was only 2 weeks away from retirement too.
Oh my God! What if it's actually Glover in there? He's like, damn.
Too old for this shit.
So here's another money shot in the trailer, like warms your heart, man.
Aww.
Come on, Leia, Han, hug. This is it. This is it right there.
I'm so sad that I haven't seen Han. I haven't seen Luke yet in a trailer.
I hope they don't show him at all
me too.
in any marketing.
I wanted to save it for the movie.
We've seen Luke with the robot hand, assuming that is Luke with R2.
Assuming.
Yeah,
we've seen that shot before.
It's just.
And then let's go on to the final shot, which I'm still convinced are misleading us, and he's not a Jedi. It's Finn with the blue saber. So
I don't think he is a Jedi. I think he just has the weapon and he's using it.
You think this is a big swerve? You think it's actually going to be Daisy Ridley's character who's revealed to be the Jedi?
Yeah.
Because
I think it'll be Poe Dameron.
Really? I felt like it was Rey. Like, I think from the beginning, I always thought Rey was going to be the Jedi one.
Because she definitely seems to be the one who has most in common with the Luke Skywalker story, the desert planet, the wants to leave, all the other stuff.
The Poe Dameron would be such a twist. Like, I wouldn't see that coming if he was an actual Jedi.
I would if since I've read the comics and stuff.
Well, to be fair, like, and also he's just, if he can use the Force and everything. I don't know.
What if this is the ultimate swerve and it's BB-8?
Yes,
the true Jedi.
I mean, he's the funniest character they've ever had.
Have y'all seen that? It's like a meme or fan art of like.
You mean the Emperor picture that gets posted every other fucking day?
Yeah, I remember when I first saw it. I still really like it. It's the one where it gets revealed that there's some guy in BB-8 and he's been infiltrating the rebels and everything. I thought that was pretty funny when I first saw it.
So I guess that's going to wrap up the breakdown. So now we can each give our kind of quick thoughts on everything.
One last thing on that fight at the end, though. It looks like Kylo Ren hasn't got his mask on anymore because you can clearly see his hair.
Kylo's a badass. He doesn't need it.
Again, leads to my theory there that he's just a guy in a costume and he's just like dropped the pretext completely now. Like he's mad at him.
Maybe the reason these two can go head to head with these lightsabers is because neither one of them has the Force.
I would love that.
Isn't there the thing that's Anakin and Luke's saber?
Yeah.
The Finn is having. So wouldn't he have to have the Force within him to be able to use it?
He wants it. That's like the special edition version.
No, I know that.
Kylo Ren wants it.
Kylo wants it, but Finn being able to use it, doesn't that mean he's at least some part with the Force?
Well, Han Solo used it in Empire Strikes Back. He's not part of the Force.
Damn, I don't remember that.
A lightsaber is just a tool, Padawan Joe.
Yeah, but I don't remember when he used it in Revenge. Dang, it's been a while since I saw it last year.
I mean, it's pretty much confirmed. A lot of people have been saying maybe Han Solo is Force sensitive, but I mean, he clearly says earlier in the trailer, like, yes, the Jedi exist. They exist.
Damn, you're right. When he's opening the with the creature to stay warm. You're right.
The Tauntaun.
Yeah, I remember now.
So, I think my big takeaway from this was they're keeping Luke close to their chest. They don't want us to know who he is. There's a Knights of Ren. I'm feeling like we're getting that swerve. Like Luke is going to be a Sith. Like he's lost. His fucking
I don't
mind.
want him to. I really don't. That would break my heart. Because
what if like J.J. Abrams' like mystery box is that there is no mystery box?
For once, I would really like that.
Because he's the ultimate good guy. You know, I feel like he shouldn't. If anything, like there's that rumor of Kylo's one of their sons. I forget who, but and then he turns bad. But I wouldn't be against it. Like a boycott Star Wars if Luke goes Sith. It break my heart a little bit. Be like, Luke, you're my.
I feel like you ask most people who's your favorite Star Wars character. No one says Luke. Why? Because he's a whiny bitch. So he's not a fucking whiny bitch anymore. He's gonna kill everybody.
He's the good guy.
So you mean he's gonna turn like Starkiller or Revan?
Luke will always be my favorite from the beginning. And second, him and Han are always close, but Luke, just because he embodies like good and training, focus, he's the guy, he's like the Karate Kid type thing.
You're right, Joe. Luke is the perfect everyman, is what he is. Even if you have other favorite characters, it only works because you see it through his eyes, because you're able to, superimpose yourself onto Luke for the journey.
I feel like like Armin says, there's a minority of people who actually really generally Luke is their favorite because he's a good guy. A lot of people will think good guys like a Luke or are too kind of too clean,
Yeah.
I guess that's understandable.
But he's got some darkness in him. I mean, look at that final fight with Vader. He lost his temper quite badly. He's got grit to him.
I'll find it interesting if he is Sith because it would be a twist. But in my heart, like I really don't want it. That's just me.
If it happens, there better be a damn good reason for it, is all I'll say.
I'll tell you what I really like. I like all the remix work that was done in the new recordings for the music. I mean, that's like 90% of why this works so well.
Heck yeah, man. I mean...
So, I guess we'll wrap it up here. We passed the 30-minute mark. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our extensive breakdown and thoughts on this. And, of course, now that Star Wars has kicked off, make sure you stick around here because there's going to be a lot more Star Wars talk from us. So.
And if you haven't done it already, rewatch the trailer with a good set of headphones on full volume because it really is fucking worth it.
And also in the description, Star Wars Facebook page, go. Run by fans.
And also, if you haven't rewatched the trailer naked, feels better.
If you watch the trailer naked with doing like the cock spin, you're going to enjoy it that much more.
If you do it naked while handling your lightsaber, feels better.
Doing naked judo like in Die Hard.
Do naked judo like William Sadler.